Hey everyone, it's Tori and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I'm sharing my February 2022 bullet journal plan with me. As always, I'm starting out with a flip through of last month, and for January I did this cute and simple coffee theme. I will have that plan with me linked in the cards and down below if you missed it. For February, I went with a theme that I've always wanted to create, which is Paris, and I thought it would be perfect for this month because of Valentine's Day, and Paris is the city of love. The supplies I use in this video, as always, will be linked below, and a majority of the pens I used are these acrylograph pens from Archer & Olive. And if you're interested in getting some for yourself, you can use my code CMCG10 for 10% off your order at archerandolive.com. I'm also showing the process of trying to come up with this Paris gnome, which I think I've drawn this gnome like 30 times at this point. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Tori and I'm obsessed with gnomes to the point where I'm putting one in my journal to match my theme each month. Since my February theme is Paris, I really wanted to put a beret on my gnome instead of like the stereotypical tall gnome hat, but I was really struggling to find a way to not make it look super flat and not gnome-like, I guess. When creating this gnome, I mainly referenced this picture that I will put on the screen here, and I loved how there was an extra layer between the beret and the gnome nose, so I wanted to try to emulate that with this gnome here as well. I also incorporated some other elements from this picture, like the heart on top of the hat and also the little croissant in the gnome's hand. One of the biggest problems I had when I was brainstorming how to create this gnome was color palette. I wasn't a huge fan of the burgundy and orange on my reference picture, but I ended up settling on this darker raspberry kind of color and this baby pink, which are both Archer & Olive acrylograph pens from the Warm Fall set, and I'm pretty sure this is the 0.7 tip. Although I know they do sell the 3.0 pen tips, which are a little bit thicker, and that honestly would have saved me so much time if I had those, so I'm definitely going to try to order those ASAP. So I'm completely finished with the hat, and now I'm doing the little croissant, and this brown color is also in the Warm Fall collection. I'm pretty sure the only color that I use that is not from the Warm Fall collection is this black, which I got from the primary set, but you can also get it as just an individual pen. I'm now going in with my 03 Sakura Pigma Micron to outline everything and finish everything off with coloring the nose, hand, and beard with some Tombow dual brush pens. And that is pretty much it for my Paris gnome, aside from some washi tape that I actually end up moving a little bit later. But as always, I would like you to comment down below what you think that we should name this gnome for my February Paris theme. I'm pretty sure I want something French. Me and my sister already call him Pierre, but I am totally open for more options. And in a week or so after this video goes live, I'm going to post a poll of some of the names that I've loved that you've requested in the comments on this video, and then you all will be able to vote on this guy's official name. I've already done it for my 2022 gnome, which is Gnomeo, and my coffee gnome from last month is Brewster. Now I'm hopping into my cover page for February, which is this sort of bouncy faux calligraphy going across the Eiffel Tower, and I just wanted to keep this page in all black and white to keep things simple since the gnome took me so long on the prior spread. As for referencing pictures, I didn't really specifically reference one picture. I kind of just looked at doodles of Eiffel Tower and the Eiffel Tower itself, like pictures online, and I just wanted to get a general sense of the structure and patterns of X's going up the tower. This was honestly super easy to draw. I was very pleasantly surprised. Here's when I decided to move around the washi tape, and I actually moved it towards the end of the page on both sides and cut off a little bit of the excess to give it kind of a more different look, kind of like the washi tape is coming off the page or going on the page or what have you. And then I thought the header was getting a little lost in the Eiffel Tower, so I took out my Tombow Furunosuke and colored in the open spaces of the downstrokes, and I actually ended up doing this regular calligraphy headers for the rest of the setup. And that is my cover page complete. Now we are moving on to my trackers. I wanted to switch up my habit tracker a little bit and go back to a layout I used to use super often in 2019 and 2020. It's this kind of grouped habit tracker where all the habits are together and not in their own habit grids, if that makes sense. I originally got this idea from Jashukurin here on YouTube, and I'm tracking the same habits that I usually do, which are making my bed, walking or working out, flossing, reading, being productive, washing my hair, no snacking, and I left an extra row just in case I want to track another habit this month. For the decoration on this spread, I needed to find a doodle that was more tall than wide to fit the space I left on the side of the tracker. So I found these Paris doodles on Pinterest, and that gave me the idea to do an old school kind of classy mannequin that has these swirly legs on the stand. I feel like I always wanted one of these as a kid. Was I the only one, or did anybody else really want something like this to just plan out their outfits every day? I was obsessed. I added a little highlight to the mannequin with my white acrylograph, and now we are moving on to my anxiety tracker. For my anxiety tracker, I was heavily inspired by PH Doodling's mood tracker from February 2021. I just love the little bicycle with the basket of hearts and the hearts looking like they're shooting out of the basket to color in based on your mood or anxiety each day. And I decided to go for a more wavy route for my hearts, and I really love how it turned out. This green circle stencil is honestly one of my favorite bullet journaling supplies because I can't draw circles to save my life, and I also use it all the time as a ruler, so this will definitely be linked down below if you want to check it out for yourself. In addition to the hearts that I'm coloring in for my anxiety each day, I added in some tiny black hearts to fill in the gaps up a little bit. Now I'm just coloring the bike to match my color palette for this month, and I also use my dark gray tombow as well, and it does look a little bit streaky compared to the opaque paint pens that I also used, but I think it gave it more of a metal-like look to it, so I'm pretty okay with it. To finish off the spread, I have my key down the side just like PH Doodling, except mine says none, a little, a lot, and panic since I'm focusing on my anxiety instead of my mood. I ended up deciding to change my a lot color to gray instead of brown, so I cut out a tiny circle and just pasted it over super easily. For my spread next to my gratitude log, I used to have an expenses log, but last month I changed it to a brain dump since I've barely been logging my expenses. But then I didn't even use the brain dump, so now I'm just turning it into a quote page for this month. The quote I chose is "Paris is always a good idea" from Audrey Hepburn, which I just thought was super classic and very fitting for this theme. I honestly usually never do quote pages because I think they're kind of a waste of space and something I just never go back to. I'm really into function in my journal, and quote pages really aren't that functional. But I'm at a loss of another tracker that I need in my bullet journal to put here, so if you have any ideas for me, please leave them in the comments below. However, I am really excited that I found a place to incorporate this Paris skyline doodle at the bottom of this spread. I think it looks so awesome, and I love the simple fairy lights at the top as well. For my gratitude log, I again stuck to what I know and created these 8x3 boxes to write one thing that I'm grateful for each day in a different font. And this idea originally came from Tracy Tyler Revel here on YouTube. I feel like I say that all the time, but I want to give credit where it's due. And to incorporate the Paris theme, I just added these colorful little macaroons at the bottom. My 2 lines a day spread is just a place for me to memory keep and journal a little bit about each day, and I doodled some perfume bottles in the top left corner and bottom right corner to tie in the Paris City of Love theme. I actually have kind of a funny perfume story if you want to hear it. So for Christmas, I asked my boyfriend to get me perfume 4 years ago. When we first started dating, I told him I wanted the Marc Jacobs Daisy perfume, and I finally got it this Christmas. It is our 4th or 5th Christmas together, and I finally got it, and I'm obsessed with it, so I just had to draw a kind of Marc Jacobs Daisy style perfume right at the top there. I know that the Marc Jacobs Daisy has flowers at the top, and this one just has a flower in the front, but I kind of wanted to pay homage to that because I finally got my perfume and I'm super excited. And I'm baffled that he actually remembered from 4 years ago which perfume I told him, because it's not like I was hounding him to get the perfume or anything. He just somehow remembered, and I thought that was really sweet. There were a couple of empty spaces, so I decided to take some more of the washi tape that I used on my cover page and put it here. And this polka dot washi tape is honestly one of my favorites to use in my journal and my planner. I got it from Stationery Pal along with a ton of other pens and washi tapes that I'm obsessed with, and if you want to get some from yourself, you can use code CMCG12 for 12% off your order at stationerypal.com. We have reached the final spread of my February bullet journal setup, which is my monthly review, and I always look forward to filling this out at the end of the month because it really wraps everything up for me and gets me excited for the month coming. I always include a space for memories like my best memory and highlights from the month, and also a place for a Polaroid of a picture that I took this month that I just print off of my Instax printer from my phone. For future, I reflect on what I'm excited for and nervous about the month coming. And on the right page, I have space for my monthly favorites like movies, TV shows, YouTube channels, books, songs, and food. At the bottom of the spread, I left a space to redraw my Paris gnome just like I did last month, and instead of writing "Hello, my name is" like I wrote last month, I wrote "Bonjour, je m'appelle," which I'm pretty sure means "hello, my name is" in French in my very butchered American accent. I left a blank space to write his name when you all choose it, and again, I will be looking through the comments and have a poll up on my community tab for you all to vote within the next couple days after putting out this video. Other than that, I'm just coloring everything in, adding some titles, drawing and coloring my gnome, and then this spread is pretty much done. We are now entering the final flip through portion of today's video, and I want to encourage you all to comment down below what your favorite spread was from this video, and also what is your February theme for your bullet journal. rain for a moment. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe while you're here. Also, don't forget to check out my bullet journal Instagram at Creative Minds Coffee Grinds for more bullet journal content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!